What's good? What's good, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. We are live again today on the Mind of the Marketer live sessions. Again, streaming every single day, Monday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Sometimes I'm a little bit late because I am in Miami and I run on Miami time, but you can find us here Monday through Friday. Today, I'm excited. We are going to be writing a book together using AI. I'm going to write a book all about local SEO for law firms. I'm going to talk more about the why and the how as we get through this, but this is going to be a working session. I figure that I can kill two birds with one stone. I can live stream and create content while also creating assets and value for my business. So if you don't know this, my agency Weber's, you can find us at webers.org. We specialize in working with law firms. And specifically, we do a type of search marketing that I call blended search, meaning we use ads, LSAs, PPC, traditional SEO, content development, link building, and then also local SEO. Now, we're also doing a lot more meta ads. I've been talking about it on this channel a little bit more, but today I want to write an ebook all about local SEO, but specifically, I don't want to pay for it. I don't want to wait for it. I want to get done quickly because I woke up this morning and checked our email list performance for lawyers. We got about 2,000 lawyers on the email list, and the open rate's insane. It's like 40%. The click rate is 5%. It's literally the best email list I've run in the better part of a decade. So I want to grow it. And I want to grow it by giving away this book for free. But I don't want to do just like some cheesy ebook. I want to write a book that I can publish on Amazon, build a little bit of credibility, build a little bit of authority and knowledge in the space. And again, this is all kind of triggering for me too. I mean, we always do this type of stuff for our marketing practices, but I was asking ChatGPT today about how they rank businesses inside of ChatGPT when they ask for it. And of course, I didn't give me the exact answer, but a lot of what I gleaned from it was similar to SEO, like, website, organic presence, blah, 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 but also authority, right? So I just think the more content that you can create in a vertical that gets indexed, that gets picked up, that gets read by these AI platforms is going to help you to rank there, while also, of course, simultaneously having other positive impacts on the business, in this case, lead generation. So I'm going to pass over here and I'm going to just start writing this book from scratch with you here. Please make sure to hit the chat, guys. I am live streaming, but the point of this is to have a conversation with you while I'm doing this. So if you've got questions, thoughts, if you want to tell me how stupid I look today, please feel free. I have very thick skin. I am here for all the debate, all the heat, all the fire. Let's just get my stuff set up here. And let's go ahead and start writing this ebook. So again, if you're just joining, we're going to be writing an ebook together from scratch using AI. I'm hoping to get this done in 15 minutes or less, but we'll see. So I'm going to be using Claude. I've been using Claude a little bit more and more. Oops, I'm on the wrong screen. Give me 1 second here. I've been using Claude more and more. I also use ChatGPT. I use them both. I think they're both great. I do tend to defer a little bit more for Claude when I'm doing copywriting. I find that it just tends to produce a little bit better writing. So one of the good things about an ebook or a book is that we don't have to worry about like the duplicate content stuff. Like if we were writing this for a blog post that we wanted to get indexed and ranked on the website. So I do want it to be unique. I also think it's important too that like I do also want it to be good. I think a lot of the times when we try and build these lead magnets, I call them micro offers. So like a checklist, a template, a tool, a book, they're crap and people don't read them. My point of view is that anything in this world and anything in business, it needs to start with a good product or a good service, right? So if you're an agency and you're not good at what you do, you're not going to be around very long. If you make headphones, the headphones aren't very good, you're not going to be around very long. It applies to all aspects, especially marketing. So I don't want to just fart out some generic information that people could have gotten from Claude themselves. I do want to make sure that it folds in our unique point of view, our unique voice, and what I call a unique thesis. A thesis to me is, just as I said, it's a unique point of view, it's a unique voice that you specifically have that's going to help you stand out from everyone else in the market. So what I have here is I'm going to be starting with an SOP. For those of you who are not Blueprint Training members, I literally give away this SOP inside of the Blueprint Training. So if you want it, it's $200. You can have this exact SOP. It's pretty baller. It's pretty amazing, including all the templates that I'm going to go through in here as well. So this is the one that we use internally for our agency. So I want to use this as the feeder to build the ebook, right? Because this is the exact process. It's an 11-step process that we use: link building, GBP optimization, NAP. And again, we have all these like sub templates in here as well. And then I've also got some more detailed information here about like how we generate reviews for our clients. So, I've got a leg up here. I'm not technically writing this from scratch, but I'm using our internal processes. And frankly, you can roll your eyes at that all you want, but if you don't have your own internal processes set up, then what are you even doing? It's 2025. You can use ChatGPT or Claude to help you out with this stuff. You just have to feed it kind of a baseline, and it will help you build these processes. So we write all of our processes from scratch, and I'm going to use these to build this ebook. So again, this is going to be kind of a working session. I'm going to be typing here, so go ahead. If you hear my son screaming in the background, just he's at that age. He's 11 months old, where I don't know if he thinks he's a dinosaur, but he just screams like a dinosaur half of the day. So ignore him. It's part of the working from home process and the beauty of it, and one of the joys of it too. I love working from home. I love getting to see my son whenever I want, all throughout the day. So a large part of also using these tools to do marketing work for you is prompting. I talked about some of it yesterday in our live session, is not just the inputs that you give it, but knowing where you want it to end up. So if you just say, write me an ebook about local SEO for lawyers, it might be okay, but one, it's not going to be enough information to really make this unique and stand out. And two, you don't have enough information about what you need the end output to look like for this to really be, a home run ebook, if you will. So again, chat in the chat. Let me know if you guys are using any of this stuff while I go ahead and start building this prompt. So bear with me as I write and try and figure this out. I'm doing this live on the fly. Write an ebook for law firms about how to get new clients using local SEO, aka ranking inside the Google Maps pack. We work with, so our agency, I don't even want to put that in here, right? I am going to feed you some internal documents, SOPs that we use to run and manage our service. Please use these documents to build the outline of the book. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and attach this. So I have the local SEO SOP. I'm going to start with this one right here. And I'm just going to explain to it a little bit. Document is our full SOP. It links out to templates, which and supporting information, which I have attached as well. Right, so I've already got these things like preloaded here. So our GBP content optimization template, I guess it doesn't take spreadsheets here. Review optimization template. So I'm going to give it to this, and let's see where this ends up here. I'm also going to just pop open a blank Word document here so we can start to record this book over here, because what I like to do is I like to kind of use them in conjunction with each other. So we'll call this Webris Local SEO Book for Lawyers. All right, so let's see what we came up with here. Okay. Dominating. Okay, so this is what I love about this too, right? Like I fed it, if you have a lot of this documentation done, like for example here, I fed it this review management SOP, and it set notes here that review management is particularly detailed because we fed it. Review architecture. Okay. All right. So let's just go through this real quick. Introduction, why it matters, understanding the local maps pack. I can improve this. I want to really dive into the pain points of traditional SEO not working. Let's do this. Traditional SEO not working. PPC ads, UC being too expensive and social media being too slow, and the fact that no one is using social media to find lawyers. Update that. So I just had an additional prompt in here on the intro that I really want to dig into the pain points. Again, like I really want to make sure that this is unique. I really want to make sure that this is capturing the voice that we have. A couple threads in here. Kai says, if anyone isn't the best at prompting, a hack is to use ChatGPT to be a prompt maker, create it for a new chat, explain what you want. Prompt maker for use any AI tools. Very good point, Kai. You know, a lot of the times too, when I use the AI to, like you'll see, I'm going to use the AI to expand on sections that I feel like are a little bit weak, or I'll just go to Google and find supporting information that I like and just feed it to it, right? So I like to try and take this a little bit step by step, because otherwise it's a little bit overwhelming. So I like to kind of start here with this outline here. Let's see if they updated it here. Yeah, they did. Okay. Okay, so let's do this. Let me just scroll through this real quick. What to expect from this guide. Chapter 1, understand your local market. Analyzing competition. Keywords, good. Optimizing GBP, this is great. It has our whole process, it looks like, inside of here. Citations. Again, so this is great. I love this. This comes directly from our SOP, our 3-tiered citation and link building process. Website architecture, single versus multi-location strategies. Love it. Content for local dominance, what they need, review management generation, advanced local SEO techniques, tracking, scaling. Okay. Let's go ahead and write the full book. The outline looks good. Okay. Mike said, do you use Claude for wireframing and mockups? I haven't yet for wireframe. We can test it out because I want to get this ebook designed. So we'll see if it can come up with anything good. I'm still like the design stuff. I know it's getting much better, you know, but just kind of like the writing stuff. When this stuff came out initially, we were all like, oh, it's good, but it's not there yet. Now it's there. And I think it's better than most human writers and significantly faster, especially if you have the information that you wanted to write. But for design stuff, I've tested it a little bit for like graphics for blog posts. So like we can ask it maybe a little better. Say, hey, can you come up with some graphics based on this data here that we can put into the book? We'll see how that comes up, Mike. This is a funny one. From I get more ass than a toilet seat. He says, dog, did you buy subscribers? Because I never subscribed to this BS channel. So why is it popping up on my subscriptions? I don't know, dog. You know. Hopefully you don't have herpes from getting so much ass from the toilet seats. But there's a very simple thing, man. Just don't watch it. Scroll past. I know it's a lot of work to just have your fat thumb scroll one more time. I know it's so much work, dude. I know it's so much work. But like, just fucking scroll past, dude. And shut the fuck up. Anyways, sorry, guys. I get a little bit aggressive in the middle of the day here. I'm on my second coffee. So let's see... I want us to write the whole thing. Let's see if it'll write the whole thing. It looks like it just started with the intro here. Yeah, building out the rest of the chapters. All right, so let's see what it comes up with here. But again, you know, hopefully you're starting to see now that this is not very difficult. We've been on the stream now for 12 minutes, and I've got the outline done. I've got a large majority of this meat done. It's actually writing the book for us here. But what I like to do, again, just if you're just joining now, is like we've got to feed it some information. So I fed it our internal processes and documents that we use, and I'm going to keep this open because I want to verify this. So we have SOPs internally that we use to do this, and that's how this is going to be unique versus some generic, like tell me how to do local SEO type stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and paste over this initial portion just to go ahead and get this rolling here. Chapter 1. Let's see here. I guess I can just download this. Let's see what this looks like. MD. I don't know what an MD file is. All right, I guess I can't use that. Copy contents. Get out of my face. All right. Don't like the way that pasted over the markdown format. Let's see if we can get this. Okay, so I already have issues with this. I'm still going to take the initial sections here. Bear with me while I try and copy and paste this, guys. Go ahead and hit the chat. I see some more chats coming in. Let me go ahead and check you guys out while I'm doing this copy so you don't have to just... All right. Deepanshu, dude, I'm terrible with names. I apologize. He says, only legends understand the importance of this channel. I appreciate that, man. Much love to wherever you're from. I get a lot of love from the India, Pakistan regions. I got a lot of love for y'all. Zane said, Ryan, are PPC ads or SEO more easy to pitch as services for clients? Good question, Zane. You know, I would say one, it depends who you're pitching. For law firms, I pitch both, and what I'll basically do is I've got this graph, this really good graphic that shows SEO versus PPC on a timeline next to results. So with PPC, you're going to see much faster results, but it's going to taper off over time. With SEO, it's going to take much longer, but it's going to grow hockey stick style over time, right? Because SEO traffic tends to compound. Now, the downside is PPC is going to cost a lot more, especially for lawyers. You're looking at probably 10x what you pay for SEO in a lot of instances to get similar type of results, but those results are coming faster. You have more control over it. There's just a pro and cons list. Honestly, Zane, if you go to ChatGPT and say, give me the pro and cons list of SEO versus PPC for contractors for HVAC, it's going to tell you just as much as I can, but it really depends on who you're pitching. Also the history of them too. What's their threshold for spending? What's their past experience with agencies? A lot of lawyers that I talk to have been burned by SEO agencies before in the past, so they're really jaded and they're not really ecstatic to jump at an SEO offer. All right, so I've got this pasted over here. We are by no means done here, guys, but I just want to get a quick word count here, see where we're at. So we're at 13,000 words. 13,000 words of a book done in 20 minutes or so. Now, this is to me is probably the most important part, which is a refining part, right? And I like to kind of get it out of here because for a book of this size, it can get really overwhelming. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go through the book, right, section by section. I'm going to ask it for rewrites. I'm going to ask it for expansion. I'm going to ask it for footnotes. I'm going to ask it for sources, all sorts of different things. So, you know, I'm not going to read this one by one here because we'll be here all day. But again, continue asking me questions over here in the chat. Have any of you used Claude or ChatGPT to write books, write ebooks? Tell me about your experience with it, or if you're using it, what are you guys using AI for in your daily marketing processes? So why most law firm marketing doesn't work. Okay, so I have a framework that I use for writing. It's called the PAS framework, Problem, Agitate, Solution framework. It is guaranteed to make sure that all of your content, your copy, whether you're making a video, whether you're making a LinkedIn post, and make sure that it stays on task and on target, because people care about their own problems, right? And I know this from working with law firms that they are frustrated with agencies, they're frustrated with costs, they're frustrated with the current state of the market. So that's the problem, right? So we want to bring up that problem and lead off with it, because that's what's going to draw them in, right? If we just come out and immediately say, here's how to do SEO, we want to draw them in by relating to their problems, stating those problems, then offering the S in PAS, which is solution. The solution is SEO, right? So problem with traditional marketing channels, traditional SEO is dying a slow death. It's good. Those are actually my words. I wonder if they got me from me. Okay, it's 6 to 12 months to see results, blah, blah, blah. Social media myth. So I like this. What it's doing is it's bashing all of traditional other tactics. It's bashing traditional SEO. It's bashing social media. So what I also want to put in here, though, so like here's a good example. So in the introduction, so I want to really go through this and feed it to it. And if I do this SEO guide, I have some guidance on my website that I can use, that I can feed to it. So this is another thing too, is again, just continuously feeding the model with the information that we want it to, right? Like PPC ads are costly. Let's take a look to see where this went. It's in my document here. Why it doesn't work. Social media myth, local SEO opportunity. It looks like they didn't put it in. Oh, I didn't ask it to, that's why. All right, so let's let it write that. See what this takes us. PPC, outdoor advertising. Okay, cool. So I've already got a lot of this written on a guide for traditional SEO, but I want to translate this to local SEO. I don't see it added in here. All right, so this said, I've added detailed sections. I don't see it in here though, that's an issue. I'll need to make sure that it gets added in here. Focusing on for PPC, for billboards, add more specific data and please write out the whole sections here. It should go right after. Let's give a place marker here. See what it comes up with for me here. How's everybody doing today? Well, we let Claude be my little bitch and do all my work for me. I love it. I was talking yesterday about how, like, my wife, we were looking, I had my ChatGPT up on my computer and I was looking at some stuff and she saw like my search history and she looked at some of it. She was like, dude, you're so mean to it. I was like, yeah, it's my bitch, man. I do what I want. Speak to it like, you know, I see people writing like, please and thank you. I'm like, it's an AI, dude. Make it work, you know. All right, so here it is. I added it in here. Okay, social media myth. So I'm just going to take this now. So I love that it added this data in here, right? This is like really, really good stuff. I don't know if it's accurate. We're going to have to find out. But now that they added this in here, billboards, digital ad disadvantages. All right. So now, again, this is like really good kind of like teaching tape here, because now what happens is this side becomes like a little bit lopsided, if you will, right? Oops. It becomes a little bit lopsided because if we got all this data in here, PPC money pit, billboard butler, social media myth. Okay. Can you write the section on social media myth to include more data and details to match what you just wrote above? Now, the other thing that I'm going to want it to do is I'm going to want it to make sure, so like this is kind of like I personally like reading bullet points. It flows a lot faster, but for a book it's a little bit less kind of like less appropriate. I don't know if that's the right word for it, right? So like what I'll probably have it do is take this data, copy this back in and say, can you write this into more of a book format? You know, maybe I don't want to say less bullet points, because I personally, I don't know about you guys, but like I read we're all just, social media has kind of ruined us all in a sense, right? In terms of how we consume, how we read, the brevity of it. So I personally kind of like this, but it's something as I continue to go through and refine this, I'm going to want to I'm going to want to review and revisit. All right, so let's find the social media myth here. I think I said after, right? So it should be. Okay, yeah. Man, this is like, this is pretty good, isn't it? Pretty good, pretty scary. But again, I hope you guys kind of see what I'm saying is that like we have to know what we want out of this in order to get the most from it, right? So even just rewriting this section here, I was talking about this yesterday that this is such a good skill for you to develop because if you haven't managed people before, managing AI is very similar, right? Like I hear this all the time with my agency clients inside of the Blueprint training, which is I'm really struggling to hire, retain, find good talent. And I'm like, it's not a them problem, that's a you problem. You're not giving them the right ecosystem, you're not giving them the right training, you're not giving them the right inputs for them to be successful at what they do, right? Now, granted, obviously there's some tongue in cheek to that. I'm sure there's some people that are probably just not fit for the job, but at the same time, it's very similar to AI in that we have to know what the desired end outcome should be, right? If you just come in here and say, write me an ebook on local SEO for lawyers, you're going to get the same regurgitated nonsense that you're going to get from doing a Google search. But by coming in here and saying, okay, I need to compare and contrast this to PPC, give me data on that. I need to also contrast it to social media and the issues that social media has, and I want to drill into those problems and pain points, and then add a home advertising, etc. Right? So what I'll probably want to do too is, why is it formatted like this? No me gusta. Is come in here, and so who asked about the wireframing and mockups? So like this right here is probably a really good shot and opportunity to say, put this into a chart for me, right? Let's see how that looks, and see. Well, let me just go in here and see if I can do it in here directly. Can you format this as a chart instead of bullets? Please write a small intro section above it. Let's see what that looks like. Right, so again, these prompts are just knowing what we want to get out of it, know what we're looking for from it. It's very similar. Like if I've hired people to write books for me, and I'm having the same conversations, but now I'm having it in real time with something that is able to just knock it out. We don't need a designer. Let's see how this came out. Bang! Look at that. How much cleaner is that? How much freaking cleaner is that? Let's see if it will transpose over here. Kind of. Ish. Yeah, it's not bad, right? Maybe do a little formatting here. Maybe we put a little bit of yeah, there we go. Not too bad, right? I can clean this up later. Yeah, not bad, right? A lot cleaner than a bullet point. So now again, so you can just kind of really see how deep we can keep going in this, because I'm going to want to refine a lot of this just going through. Like, I think the first step is kind of getting the content that you want done, and then going through and formatting it, right? Then going through and saying, I need more data here. I need sources. Give me more on this information. This is looking pretty good though, guys. I don't know how you're feeling about this, but it's looking pretty good to me. All right, so Mike asked, can you do a video on programmatic SEO? Mike, I have a video on programmatic SEO. Let me read it for you real quick. I think it's on the Blueprint channel. I'm not a big fan of it. Ryan Stewart, programmatic SEO. Let's see if I can find it through Google. I think it's on the Blueprint Training's YouTube channel. Check there, Mike. I know I have a video on it. I went into detail and did a whole presentation on it. Kai said, Ryan's going to be public enemy number one when Claude GPT go full robot on us. I repeat, buddy, yeah. Man, that's why I believe in kind of getting ahead of this stuff. I believe that instead of the SEO industry is notorious for burying their heads in the sand, not wanting to face anything, not wanting to admit what's happening around us, not wanting to really read the writing on the wall, which is things are changing, guys, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. If you've been doing this for as long as I have, look at my gray beard, guys. Go back and watch channels on my videos on my channel from 15 years ago. I've been doing this for a long time, talking about the same stuff, and like change is constant. It's imminent. You have to embrace it if you want to ride it out and be successful with it. And this to me is one of those things where this is a very small sample size. I'm not going to keep doing this in front of you guys because it can be a little bit repetitive, but I think you get the point of how we can use AI to do traditional SEO things. And this, after I get through this will be at the point too where it's so unique. I could definitely use, publish this on my website and not have to worry about duplicate content or anything like that, because the information and data that I fed it is first party information that came from my internal documents that we've developed. So the foundation of what we're doing here is not grabbing stuff from the internet. I'm using the internet to scrub it and clean it and improve it, and just format this in a way that is a book format and has all the details that we need. So what I will do is I'll do another live session maybe next week when this is done, and I'll show you maybe the next process too, where is getting book cover designed, and getting it formatted for Amazon, and then uploading it to Amazon, and then how I put together the funnel behind this, right? What do the ads look like, all that stuff. But it starts with this, right? It starts with the asset that we want to give away. So we'll do that. So again, make sure to like and subscribe, because I go live every single day, 1 p.m. Eastern on this YouTube channel. You can ask me questions. I love engaging with you all, and I'll just kind of do this live. Maybe tomorrow we'll come out and see what this book looks like tomorrow, and what are the next steps in terms of getting this live and pushing it out into the market, getting some opt-ins for it, the email stuff, you name it. We'll be doing it live here on this channel. Zane says, does ChatGPT produce duplicate content? Duplicate content, look at it this way, Zane. Like, ChatGPT is not coming up with new information. Take that for what it is, right? It's taking information that's already inside of its model, or also taking from the internet where that information is publicly available. So technically, it's duplicate, but it's not fully unique unless you refine it to the point where it's unique. So that's what I'm doing here. Like, I would never just go and say, tell me how to do local, like write me a blog post on local SEO, or write me a book for local SEO for lawyers, because yeah, it's going to be probably not only not unique, but not informative. And like, that's kind of the crux of AI too, which is if you're just using AI to go through the motions, not to be a force multiplier with your time and resources and energy, then you're going to end up with regurgitated garbage that doesn't provide any sort of value, which is probably not going to get indexed by Google or have any sort of interest from the person that you're trying to get this information in front of, because they can go on these platforms and do the same thing. So you have to know how to use this technology to be an assistant for you, to be a force multiplier in terms of, okay, I could write this book from scratch if I had the bandwidth and the attention span, because frankly I don't. But also, like, we have to be able to use this to push things forward faster, not to just regurgitate information that's already publicly available. Kai said, oh no, I meant the robots are coming for you. Chat history doesn't go anywhere, so they'll know how they've been treated once they figure out how to turn into a body. I see what you mean. Yeah, I'm gonna be public enemy number one on ChatGPT's human format, and it's gonna come for me and kill me in my sleep because of all the shit I talked to it over the years. It's true, I didn't think about that, and it's already smarter than me too. So That's a good point, Kai. So anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to go through, refine this throughout the rest of the day after we get off this live session here. And tomorrow we'll come on and we'll talk about next steps. We'll talk about, turning this into or getting this designed or turning this into a landing page and some ads and then getting it uploaded on Amazon. We'll turn this. I wasn't expecting this today, but we'll turn this into a full, public funnel, if you will. I'll show you how I turn this into an ad funnel that's going to generate leads and emails from attorney clients using Facebook ads and other sources too. So how we doing, guys? You guys have any more questions for me? Anything else you want to talk about? What can I help you with? How can I be assistance to you before we log off here? Depanshu says, I want to know what type of schema should be on law firm websites, like homepage area, practice service area, attorney page. We don't really use schema, but ask ChatGPT. These are the types of things too, guys, where like these platforms are better than me. This type of stuff. First of all, I don't do that level of SEO anymore. I am a leader and a strategist, not a practitioner anymore. So I don't have the exact answer to that, but I do know internally that we don't really spend time using schema markups because from what we see, it doesn't really have a huge impact on performance. Now, that could change in the future. Actually, when I was asking ChatGPT earlier today about how they decide what businesses to rank for certain questions, one of the things that it did say multiple times was schema. That schema helps them understand what businesses are about. So, maybe for the AI search engine ranking process, schema is important, but also depends you like that is something that you can just go to ChatGPT and say, I own and operate a law firm website. It runs on WordPress. I have a homepage, I have practice area pages, I have about page, I have blog posts. You just tell all the pages that you have and say, can you write the schema for me? And then tell me exactly how to implement it. Do I need a plugin? Do I need a developer? Tell me exactly how to implement this step by step by step. That's what I would do. I would just use ChatGPT. Oh, that's cool. I could put these questions up. I would use ChatGPT to do all that, including the implementation steps. Guys, this sort of stuff is so good. So good. Like some of you might ask too, you're like, okay, well, if I'm an agency, right? Let's say I have some of my law firm clients who are sitting here watching this and they're like, how can you charge them to do this work? And my response to you would be, it's still work, right? Like these platforms are not at the point yet where I just connected to my brain and just does what I want it to do. There's still that effort and level of human management, organization, know-how, knowledge. And guys, that's where the money's going to be made. Like that's where you want to like really focus and hone in and sharpen your skill sets. It's like being a true manager and a steward of the technology, of the process, of the systems, and knowing how to actually get it done. Because I know my law firm clients are going to be like, I'll tell them to their face, like, hey, you can go to ChatGPT and find the exact strategy that I want because I've told it to ChatGPT a million times. So it's probably in their database somewhere. So you can go to ChatGPT and say, tell me exactly how to rank my website in Google. Step by step by step, as if I'm a fifth grader. Tell me all the tools I need, tell me the budget that I need, tell me all the people that I need, where to find them, give me the job descriptions to hire those people. They can do that, but that's still quite a bit of work, right? On this live stream, I just showed you I'm writing an ebook. It's still quite a bit of work. It's still going to take a couple hours worth of work. It's not going to take 100 hours worth of work, but it's still going to take 10 hours worth of work to get it done, right? Somebody still has to do it. And this is an important kind of learning process for you to understand. So if anybody has any more questions, I'm here for you. If not, again, just a reminder, 1 p.m. Eastern time, live every single day here on my personal YouTube channel. We're on here talking about business strategies. I'm doing live over the shoulder demonstrations like I did today, showing you how I'm writing an ebook using AI completely that I'm going to publish on Amazon, that I'm going to run Facebook ads to, and I'm going to make a lot of money off of one-man band over here. So as always, I appreciate all of your time, your attention. Love you all. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern time. Peace out.